Hi, it's Lori Logan. We're here at the Fair at the Peony with Simple Plan. Seb.
Hi, how you doing?
And Chuck.
Hey, how you doing?
Nice to see you guys. You guys are touring in support of your 5th studio album, Taking One for the Team. Now, you guys have been together for what, 15, 17 years?
Yeah, just about that. It's been a long ride, yeah.
So
Okay.
we're going into what, like almost 2 decades now. It's crazy.
So I'm assuming you've taken one for the team before. Can you tell us a story where you've had to do that?
We've taken plenty for the team.
I think that's probably the reason why we're still here at this band. We never had any lineup change, anybody leave, or we never got rid of any band members. It's still the same 5 bands that have been there since day one. I think that it's been sort of the whole philosophy of the band is that the band comes first, and you got to sacrifice for the greater good, and you got to sort of accept compromise, which when you're younger is a little harder, but now I think as we get older we understand that even better. But
yeah, I think it's easy to kick someone out of the band. Staying together is what's hard,
Well, you guys have done well, and you've had a ton of success, and I absolutely love the song with Nelly, I Don't Want to Go to Bed.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about working with Nelly. Take us back to the conversation when you first decided to work with Nelly.
Nelly is a gangster, but he sings, so as far as rap is concerned, he's very melodic and all that. And when we wrote the song, we knew we wanted a different flavor for that bridge, and he's actually one of the first ones that popped into our minds because kind of came up at the same time in the early 2000s, and because of that melody that he has in his rap, like it totally fit the song.
Yeah, I think we've always been fans, and it was like, there's just something that's gonna throw people a big curveball, and it's gonna be a little different, and why not take some risk and have fun with it. And I think it came out awesome. It was really cool. We were there actually when he wrote his part in the studio. He was like, okay, meet me at like 11:30. We're like, oh, okay, cool, 11:30 p.m. I'm like, all right, okay. So that was a good start, and then we finished like at 4 in the morning with a cloud of smoke everywhere and like an entourage of like 20 people. It was a little bit like different than how we do the studio, but it was pretty cool just to be there, and as fans, and the guy, like, he had a diamond record, sold 10 million album of his album. I think it was certified like two months ago, which is insane. Like, that will never happen again for anybody. So just a big legend and a really nice guy, and we had a great time.
And the music video is hilarious, and you also have a cameo there from the Hoff as well. So was that shot at his house?
It is. That's actually his house, so with all the posters and all his gold records everywhere. It's basically a Hoff museum, his house.
It's full on. Like, when we walked in, we were like, we didn't know what to expect, and it was like, no, you're joking. Like, did he art directed this whole thing for the video? And no, it was like, that's the real house, and he's got the plaques, he's got the German plaques for real, and he's got like all the statues and all the shows. It's really crazy, and he was really gracious. He had us at his house. I guess he didn't want to go anywhere. He's like, just come to my house, it'll be simpler. But a super nice guy, really funny, and I think he's the cool thing about him is he's kind of in on the joke. I think he gets it, and he likes to not take himself seriously, which is kind of like the same thing as us. That's kind of why we got dressed as Baywatch people in the music video. That's probably not the most rock and roll thing to do, but it was fun, and we we're super stoked to have it. If you're gonna do a Baywatch sort of comedy, you gotta have him.
Absolutely. You can't leave out the Hoff, right?
Because of him that we actually got the permission, because you have to go through like all these licensing, and it's complicated. And he's like, I want to do this. I love the song. I love the band. And make it happen. And I guess he made them a lot of money, so they said yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that always works, right? And so it was a bit of a different direction for you guys. How did your fans respond when it first came out?
Surprisingly well. We never know, especially when we're putting out new music. You never know what to expect. Every album we kind of consider ourselves a brand new band. We're coming out with some new songs, and you don't know how people are going to react. But it turned into this pretty big hit, if I might say, in Canada here, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, there's always like the super, like, hardcore fan from day one. They're like, oh, that's not Simple Plan, but you know what? It's cool because we give them an album that has like 12 songs that's like for them, and then there's 1 or 2 songs that are a little bit different. And you know what? I think that when they heard it a few times, like, they were shocked at first, and they're like, you know what? It's kind of catchy. I like it. So it was cool.
And you guys are in the middle of just a massive tour right now. What's the most ridiculous thing that you have seen on stage so far?
Wow.
Ridiculous thing on stage. Probably the weather today. Honestly, every single festival we played in Canada this summer has been raining. Really? It's been kind of terrible, and you expect Vancouver to be raining, of course, but it's beautiful, so we're going to have a good time.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm trying to think of, there's one thing that I saw.
Something that you saw in the crowd.
Oh, well, you know what? Like, we definitely saw a lot of, sometimes in big festival, like outdoor festival, it gets really hot, and then you got you know, girls and guys who want to get on shoulders and sort of like show them, you know, show us what they got. So that's been, we've seen some fun stuff, you know. Guys and girls, you know, there's nothing wrong with that.
It happens, you know.
We welcome it.
You're allowed to be topless in Canada. It's all good. Now, you guys are heading out to China after this. Is that right?
We're casually flying to China tomorrow.
Yeah, no big deal. Now, Chuck, you have a beautiful son. How is it being away from your family? How do you deal with that?
You know what's funny? 4 out of 5 in the band now have kids. So Sebastian has a little daughter too. I have a little boy who's 13 months, and I got to say, it's the first time that on this album that we tour, and you know, we have to sort of leave, you know, our family behind, and it's been definitely harder than it is. Like, it's a lot of FaceTime and a lot of you know, kind of being a little bummed out that you're missing some stuff. But at the same time, you know, we love what we do, and we love playing shows, we love touring, we love traveling. So it's a little bit of a catch-22, but we've sort of stopped doing like the 6, 7, 8 weeks tour, and we're into like the 4 weeks, you know, 3, 4 weeks, and then we come home and we have some time off. So we tried to, you know, find like a happy medium, you know. But it's definitely, there's days where it's not awesome. It sucks a little bit, for sure.
I imagine that would be tough. You guys donated $10,000 through the Simple Plan Foundation to victims of the Fort McMurray fire recently. Can you tell us a little bit about that foundation and how you choose, basically, who to help?
Well, the Simple Plan Foundation started over 10 years ago now, and basically our 3 main goals is to help sick kids, you know, whether it's cancer or different illnesses, social troubles like suicide and sexual orientation, identity, and all that, and then also to promote music as a way to just find a passion in life, you know. And when something happens like Fort McMurray fire is like so close to home,
you know,
so close to home, you know, you just gotta help.
Yeah, I think it's been cool for us to be able to, if something like, you know, a tragic event like that sort of happens, you're able to step up and say, you know what, we're going to do our share, we're going to do something, and we're going to hit, like, pretty soon, I think this year or next year, we're going to hit $2 million that we've given back so far. So we're very proud of what we've been able to achieve, and you know, I think it has gotten a lot bigger than we ever expected, and it's been it has become a part of who we are as a band. And you know, everywhere we go, there's $1 of every ticket that goes back to the foundation, and it's been really rewarding for us.
Well, thank you so much for that. That's so great to hear that you guys are doing that. So, did you have a chance to watch? I know you guys have been touring, but the final Tragically Hip concert. Anybody PVR? Did you guys have a chance to check it out?
We were actually on stage as they were on stage. So did you see any of it? I really
saw the
can't wait to
news
see
and
it.
everything, but I definitely want to see. I think it was a sort of like one of those milestone moments in you know, in music history in Canada, and you know, we were playing at the same time it was going on, so it was a little bit of a bummer. But I think that you know, the whole thing is really emotional, and I think it's very very like bittersweet. And you know, I'm definitely stoked that he did it his way, you know, until the very end, did it like the way he wanted, and I think that's very impressive.
Yeah. You guys are really great on social media as well. I love the fact that you actually wrote a song based off of tweets. Do you guys have any more social media sort of marketing things going on in the future? Any more music being made on Instagram maybe or Snapchat?
That's the next frontier.
I guess,
we did Twitter, now we got to go to Instagram or Snapchat. I don't know. I mean, it was one of those things where we were talking about the power of music, and we were trying to imagine what our fans would say in a song, and then we're like, wait a minute, why don't we just ask them? Yeah. So much cooler. It's exactly their words, and then we took all the tweets and we rearranged some of them, but basically the words came from the fans, so it feels like it's really their song, you know. As far as doing it again, who knows, maybe if we have, you know, next album, if we got something, but it was really cool to be able to do that. And I think for us, like, we've always been a band that's very accessible, that's all about, you know, being close to our fans and sharing with them. So having all these options now, whether it's Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, it's cool. It just enhances what we've always been doing. So
Is it true that when you're bored in a city, sometimes you'll just put out on Instagram, I'm here in this location, come hang out?
I did that a couple of times, and it's been quite fun. You know, there's always someone that comes to find me. You just geotag where you are, like, I am here, come find me. And then someone eventually shows up, and you just take a couple of pictures and have a chat. It's kind of fun. Yeah, why not, you know?
I don't know. Do you take security with you?
No security.
Okay.
Usually,
low-key.
Yeah, we're very low-key. And our fans are great, you know, and they're very respectful and very friendly. So everybody's nice.
I think there's been a few times where, like, some people tag the hotel we're staying, you know, like in Instagram, like, hey, I'm in Rio, and then that creates a little bit of an issue. But
yeah, when you're in Brazil, it creates an issue.
Yes,
you know,
gotta be careful.
Strangest fan gift you have ever received?
Probably Voodoo Dolls of ourselves. You know, I didn't try it because, you know, Maybe
case you
maybe
need to-
maybe it works, so I didn't try it. But we got Voodoo Dolls.
The coolest one I ever got was like this person. I think it's from Brazil actually. Made again, it was like dolls, but they made this whole stage setup with our drums and our guitars and our amps, and it was like identical. And it was so hard to bring it back. I had to like put it in a crazy box not to break it, but it made it home in one piece, and it's in my living room. Well, not my living room, my office. Sorry. So pretty stoked on that.
Too funny. Well, you've got a long way to go because you guys are going to be touring for the next 5 months or something like that. So who knows what new gifts you'll get.
Exactly.
One more question, though. Since we're here at the fair at the Peony, what's the most ridiculous fair food you've had this summer?
Oh, I think I had one of them crazy hot dogs at Stampede, but like the really, really long one that goes out of the bun, and then I think they fry the whole thing as well. Like, yeah,
Was
I
there,
had
like
that.
a fried pickle thing. I've been hearing rumors of a fried pickle. I didn't try it, but you know, it
Fried
was
pickle dog thing.
something.
Or, yeah.
It was out of control. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe today. What's the hit here? You think?
Maple bacon donut burger. It's actually a
That sounds
cheeseburger.
delicious.
It is. It's ridiculous. Ensconced in a donut. Honestly, if you guys have time to try.
Maple bacon cheeseburger. Is that
I
it?
have it after the show, just so I can, you know, it doesn't paralyze me on stage.
You're going to need to do that. And one final question. When you think of Vancouver, what do you think of?
Just a fun city, you know. There's a lot of good places to go and hang out and have a good time. So that's yeah.
Amazing memories for me. We rolled our second album here for like we were there for 6-7 months, like just writing, and then we did some the mixing of the album. Then we came back and recorded a lot of the fourth album here. So we've literally like it's kind of became a second home. We spent a lot of time, probably over a year and a half here. So I love it. Tojo's.
Tojo's.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Tojo's. Thank you guys so much, and good luck on the rest of your tour. Thank you.